Alrighty, so the extended patch notes are out, and the game is under maintenance at the moment. So we're planning on doing some live summons for Margaret whenever she drops. So if you guys want to, feel free to stop by. We should be starting in a couple of hours whenever the maintenance is over. But let's hop into this thing. Should you summon for Margaret? So for right now, Margaret is the currently like probably the newest hot unit in PvP, and I honestly think that she seems very good. Obviously, I've not been able to get my hands on her yet because I don't play on the JP or Korean versions of the game, but she's pretty relevant right now in PvP. That makes a lot of sense. A lot of the times whenever new festival units come out, they are. But the banner after this one, so in 2 weeks we should be getting the Cusack banner. And from my understanding, unless you're just like a die-hard, Assault Mode Meliodas fan and you're not as interested in this character, I would say that this is probably the better banner to summon on. Just personally, there's a decent amount of characters in here. Chandler's in here. The 3 regular Archangels are in here, which is really good. They have Belion and Elat, which aren't anything too crazy, but Elat's kind of okay in some scenarios. Red Zeldris, Blue Droll, it's actually pretty good to pull. Gerad's pretty decent for like a reverse stage or something like that if you don't already have her. And then the rest of these they're okay. Red Melascula is the better of the 2. Red Gloxinia is the better of the 2. Green Derriere is really good for the new Belmoth raid. So I don't know. Honestly, pretty decent lineup if I do say so myself. It's not the best lineup you've ever seen, but it is a Holy War Festival, so that means that Margaret and we have Executioner Zeldris and Assault Mode Meliodas are going to be the increased drop rate units. And yeah, so the big kicker is if you want Margaret, who is probably the better out of her and Cusack for sure, I would recommend going for this banner. The big thing though is that the Cusack banner does have a couple of exclusive characters on it, like seasonal sort of units. So the Red Oslo and Hawk is on this banner. The Eternal Promise Wedding Deanne is on this banner. And then the 3 Halloween units, the 3 newer Halloween units. So you have Green Gother, who is a really big character for a lot of people. If you don't have him, everybody pretty much uses him at this point, just because he's pretty much just like a much better version of the Red Gother that we already have that ranks up. So yeah, honestly, he's so good. You really do need this character a lot nowadays. But I really it's almost like it's a huge bait, because obviously he's not guaranteed or anything like that. There's no guarantee that you're going to get him. And honestly, the Cusack banner just really isn't as good in my opinion. So I don't know. I might end up skipping Cusack's banner altogether. It really just depends on how my summons go for Margaret, but I would say Margaret is definitely the better of the 2 units. If you're not looking forward to either of those units, there might end up being some interesting stuff coming out in the future. There's been a couple of, leaks, I guess, talking about the next Ragnarok update, which is apparently supposed to have a new Deanne in it, which I think is really interesting. And then who knows what the next festival unit is going to be. So I don't know. Honestly, if you're not interested in Margaret, I would assume you're probably not going to want to summon for Cusack, just because he's really not all that. So yeah, it's really completely up to you. I think Margaret is really good though, as far as I can tell from what I've seen on the JP servers. So I think that she's worth getting. I do think that she's going to be very meta relevant for at least the foreseeable future. Who knows, how long that will be, because with these festival units, it's really hard to gauge their lifespan, because Bond just came out not too long ago, and this Ludociel Margaret unit is going to be sort of like the counter to him and will help shut him down quite a bit. So that wasn't a very long lifespan, but you have characters like Escanor, who has been out for quite a while at this point, and he's still super meta relevant. So it just depends on what you want, what you need for your account, really. Take into consideration who else is on the banner, and whatever else you kind of want to do. If you're big into the Angels and you're really looking forward to using this character in the meta, then by all means go for it. If not, feel free to keep saving. I know that it's kind of just like out of the blue whenever they announce like big stuff like this, so you never know what's coming next. So if you want to save, I definitely understand it, but I think she's going to be pretty good. So I think it would be a pretty solid pickup if you really want her. So that's pretty much the only advice I have for you, really. I know it's kind of a tough one because she's pretty damn good, but you never know what's kind of around the corner, I guess. At least the big problem with me is that it's this festival, and then literally 2 weeks later we get another festival unit, which is it's gonna take another 900 gems to guarantee a copy of Cusack, which is very, very bad. Like, I don't think that he's worth 900 gems by any means. So, and unless I just pull her super early, I'm probably not even gonna go for him. So that's completely up to you guys, I guess. That's it from me, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this helps you sort of make a decision. But yeah, it's pretty much a big toss-up. If you guys want to, feel free to chat in the comments below and, you know, tell each other why this is the best unit or the worst unit to summon for. I go for it. That's it from me, though. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe. See you guys in the live stream. See you next time.